It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, that the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.
Hello, all you beautiful cats and kittens out there, YouTube land. How are you this morning? I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the Coffeehouse. I'm Planet Flipside. I'm Vixen Littlepaw. First, I would like to introduce my friend, Straight Savage Mel.
That's a me. You're very Lisa
That's
Frank
you.
this morning. I love it.
Huh?
You're very Lisa Frank this morning. I love it.
Oh, thank you. My goth days, I swear. I think I'm gonna have to put the router into my phone in a second here. Next
Side
up is okay.
I made this
Side
an hour and
note.
a half ago. It's still hot.
Yes. I love it when they work. No,
we
that's
love
good.
the cherry too. I'm sorry, cherry.
Cherry Papa.
What?
I'm glad.
Oh, Marinan.
Morning.
Come on, computer.
I can't find my. Oh, here it is.
I want to
I
get
need
onto
to
the
put
YouTube.
this plug into the phone
Hey, if you
for
haven't
direct
liked the
internet content.
stream already, go like it really quick. Because I already
can't even
liked
get
it.
in.
You're trying to get in? God damn, these cats keep running in and out, and they keep opening my door and almost smacking my table.
This page is having a problem.
Mal, I got something cute to show you. I already showed Vixie.
Uh-oh. What just
Look at my
happened?
super spooky cup.
That's cute.
I got it at Dollar Tree.
I love Dollar Tree.
100 years
Oh,
ago.
shit.
Oh, no shit. No shit.
No, don't do that. Not right now.
Please don't. We might get banned if you do that live.
So what it sounds like me too. I actually I shut down StreamYard, but it was smart and kept going.
Woo!
Thank you,
Go
StreamYard.
YouTube is not responding. Why?
YouTube was responding on my phone.
Not
Fuck on
finding on my
Good morning,
computer.
Kira. Good morning, Dane. How y'all doing?
Good morning, all the people I can't see.
Oh no!
I used this morning.
Yeah, the new palette.
I used these neon colors up here on the top. Well, except for the orange. I used the pink, the yellow, and the marigold, which is called Leave, Shock, and Marigold. And then
I think I used a little bit of leave this morning.
I used Mysterious and was shocked to find out I have stars and moons upon my nose. Not all of them have those different shaped glitters.
On her nose.
It was really exciting. I really was excited.
Morning, Jelly Bean. You working on shit?
Morning, hubby. Good morning,
Those
Jelly
greens
Bean.
are beautiful.
They are, but
I
you got to
don't wear
build
green
them.
eyeshadow because I have green eyes.
Do it up on your upper lids or the
I'm
corners?
trying to think
and
of
it'll
what
bring
the
out
color code is.
the
For
I
the
different
did
eyes.
yellows.
like I
For
did like
brown
one of the
eyes,
blue,
you can use
green,
pretty much any color.
kind
For
of
greens,
on
I
there,
think
but
you're supposed to use purples.
pink and purple.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's been so fucking long. But anyway, the greens on the
And then
palette are
here's
great.
me who
They
uses
are.
whatever the fuck I want to use.
Right. I use whatever the fuck I want, but then
I
again,
used
I
like 8
got
different colors this morning. I don't usually use
shit
that
dark
many.
eyes. Did you figure out the stupid post office debacle? No, I haven't even
Good.
gone to pick it up yet. I'll
Oh,
pick it up and
no.
I'll ship it out this week. I didn't even remember to pick it up last night because as soon as we got off the show, I had to get ready and I walked up to the high school to the football game, which was over by the time I got there, which pissed me off because the fucking our home team, little fuckers, were playing shitty
Aw.
and they didn't win. I mean, everybody has their day, and I get it. It's not a big deal.
My whole computer's
It was the last home game. They did not win. They got tremendously beat. Sorry for them.
tremendously.
Yeah,
Tremendous.
like
They got
42 to
beat
6.
down.
So
Aw, that's it.
we
That's a
took
lot.
the kid to IHOP afterwards, and I ate like a fucking savage. Like,
Oh, IHOP sounds so good. It's been eons.
and then Vixie yelled at me for going to IHOP without her.
She did.
How
And I-
dare you?
I got the breakfast sampler, and instead of pancakes, I got a waffle. And the girl was like, "I'm going to charge you more." I was like, "Do I look like I care?"
I'm gonna charge you more. No kidding.
And the waffle showed
it
up,
says
and I got
that on the menu.
yeah.
But people are stupid and don't read that, and then the servers get yelled at for it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, then
They're protecting their own
forgot
ass.
the kid ordered a chicken fried steak and didn't get any pancakes. So when she brought everything out, they bring out syrup in individual packets now. It's stupid. Anyway,
oh,
they brought the
because of
syrup out.
COVID.
Yeah. And she's like, so
I always get
can
leery
get
of those. You don't know if
anything else?
somebody
And I was
put something
like, can I get syrup? And she's like, it's right there. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm blind and dumb. What do you want from me? She got a $10 tip. I wasn't mad about it. She was a real
See?
stupid
And that's why
champ.
they have to make the disclaimer about it costing more, because they don't know who's blind and dumb.
Right. I'm blind and
Yeah.
dumb, and she was right. So I tipped her more than I normally would have. Your stomach yelled at me for
I've never been a server,
feel
but
it
I've
so
been in
hard
customer
right now.
service for a very long time.
Oh, honey, I've done customer service 95% of my life. But
Exactly.
We were talking about that. Hubby and I were talking about that the other day. It's like I've always been in some kind of customer service or some kind of go job.
We're still
I've never
in
been
customer
at a
service.
desk.
Right.
The thing
every
is I
every
do
job has a customer.
Right. Like
Uh-huh.
I do custom crochet orders. I deal with customers on a regular, and oh my god, you guys, I ate so much. Like I know that was like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
week's
man, I
worth
liked
of food for me. And like I walked out and started like I had a cough because there was dairy involved and I get mucusy afterwards. I almost threw up
Ginger
because
ale.
I ate so much.
Yep,
It's what?
burners.
Ginger ale.
Yeah, but we don't have good ginger ale here.
Because Burners is really the only ginger ale
Yeah,
that
that's the only
exists.
one that I'll drink.
I don't drink it because I like it. I drink it because I'm mucusy or if I'm nauseous.
Well, but what I'm saying is
Vernors.
we don't have Vernors here, and I'm very picky about it.
I understand that. I
Where's
drink whatever's going to
Burns?
make me feel better, not what's going to taste better. I don't drink it for the taste.
Well, I didn't throw up, and that's the main point. So,
Yeah, that's important.
That makes me happy.
yeah,
the no throwing up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Considering the amount of money that we spent, because
Isn't that
feeding a
funny? When I get
teenager-
sick, I feel bad about that too. I'm like, all that
I
money.
don't, dude. When my body's like, we're purging, I'm like, I feel so much better because now this shit's out of my system. Like, I don't honestly mind throwing up. It's just I didn't want to throw up all the food that I just ate.
That
'Cause I
very
had
much
just eaten
just
it.
reminded me of the Hunger Games because I just watched Mockingjay 1 and 2 with Alexa the other day.
Mhm.
And very much reminded me of when they went to the party and their reaction to people drinking things to help them
purge.
throw up so that they could eat more, and the
Yeah.
different reactions from people that were from that district versus people that didn't
was
do
a
that
very
and were
That's,
starving.
that's one of my favorite scenes.
You
Yeah.
found Verner's. I'm sure Walmart was closed when we were there or when we were in town last night. So if I would have gone to Walmart and they would have been open, then yeah, I would have been fine.
Yeah,
but they
that's,
weren't open. It was too late at
Burners
night.
is. Oh, you don't have Publix. I was gonna say
No,
you
we
get
don't
it
have
at
Publix.
if
We
you
have
ask
Dillon's,
them
we
to
have-
carry it.
We have
Publix is the
Dillon's,
answer
which
to
is owned by
everything.
Kroger's. We
Well,
have
the cool
Walmart,
thing about Publix
Aldi.
is if Publix does not have something, you go to the customer service counter and they order it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just too cool.
I would think
Yeah.
Kroger's would have it. Don't they have like everything?
Okay, so
But it was late at night.
Dillon, yeah, no, they were closed. Everything closes down at like 10 o'clock at night in Salina.
Yeah.
Except
Oh,
for Walmart.
geez.
They closed at 11. It was 11:30.
Right.
But
The idea that
the store is called Dillon's. They're owned by Kroger's. Most of their products are Kroger's, but not all of them.
Oh.
Now, if it's considered a Pepsi product or a Coke product, I'm not sure of. But either way,
I think it's RC. I think it's RC.
They don't have RC there.
But I think it's RC. I think Bernard's.
Walmart will have it because they have RC products. So I'm not worried about finding it. Like, I know I'll be able to find it.
The only thing I can't find it is the little cans. Is what I want. I want the little cans,
Right.
so I can put them on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Our little town, like, okay, so our little town grocery store closes at 8 o'clock every day except for Sundays. They close at 6 o'clock on Sundays. And then we've got Dollar General, and they close at 9 o'clock.
It's so weird. I remember when everything closed down at 5.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, everything closed down at 5. Everything. Except for the Clock restaurant.
Right.
That was the only 24-hour anything where I lived.
Yeah.
And then Myers Thrifty Acres went 24. And that was probably the stupidest thing they ever did. Because they gave us teenagers somewhere to hang out.
With the exception of 2.5 years, I've lived in this giant city my whole life. So
Yeah.
Mel, you need
weird
to
see
venture
things
out,
closed.
man. I'm telling you, there's a whole world out there.
There is, but my kid's here.
It's big, it's scary, but it's
So
unbelievable.
her world is there.
Yeah.
And I get that. I truly do.
Aw.
I had planned on staying in my hometown until at
I moved away for a
least-
couple of years to a small town.
Oh God, 2019. But no, life changed and I moved. But then again,
I'm not
I
opposed
have
to
this
moving
thing.
someday, but maybe when she's an adult.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I do this thing. Growing up, I bounced back and forth between my parents for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I became an adult, it seemed like every 7 years I would move to a
For me, it was
different
like every
part.
Yeah.
Well, that's my mom's second marriage. We moved 15 times in 2 years, but we're not going to talk about that.
My mom's number 8.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've lived in 4 states, but every 7 years I would move until after my dad died. And then I had moved back home and I stayed home from 2006 until 2015. And I was like, I got to get out of this fucking town. It's driving me nuts. I got to get out of this fucking town.
Right.
So I moved and I came here. And now I'm at my 6-year mark, and I looked at Justin. And I was like, dude, we got to figure something out in the next year because I don't know what's going to happen after my 7-year mark. Like, I'm probably going to want to move, and I don't want to move north, and you don't want to move south, and I don't want to move east, and you don't want to move west.
Well,
That kind of screws you.
right?
Well, he wants cold. I don't want cold. I want hot. He doesn't like hot because he gets really hot really quick. He won't survive in the desert.
This is me and hubby.
I don't want
We're
to
like
live
the
east of
opposite.
Right. I don't want to live east. I don't want to live east of the Mississippi because anybody who lives east of the Mississippi, if you're in this audience, this does not apply to you. I honestly believe that everybody east of the
I'm
Mississippi.
already offended.
I said that it's not in this audience or on this panel.
I'm already offended. I don't even care. Disclaimer aside,
Okay,
I'm
fine.
already
You
offended.
can be offended, but everybody east of the Mississippi, there's part of their brain missing and they just stupid.
Okay, that's
It's like-
true though.
And I'm from east of the Mississippi,
I was gonna say,
okay?
we live in Florida, but you know
Right,
this is almost
right.
true.
And then with him, he doesn't want to move west because he thinks everything west of Kansas is just too hot. And I'm like,
No.
Well, Washington State.
Corona Central?
Well, not if you live in all by
Right, but
yourself
at
in the
this
mountains.
point, he's 4 years in with the company that he works for. He's invested.
Yeah.
So for us to move out of state would be kind of a big no-no.
So
On top
the
of that, both of
longest
his
I
parents
ever-
are still alive. He has a really good relationship with them, which is strange to me.
Yeah.
I don't have my dad's dead and my mom and I don't speak. So like it's weird for me to understand that he has a really good relationship with both his parents. I'm like, why though? So it is what it is and it's fine, but we're not gonna. I like where we're at now, and I'll probably stay, but I'll bitch because my wanderlust is gonna go. We should be moving next. We should be moving. Why are we not moving?
That I ever lived with somebody, including my parents, was 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we hit that mark,
too,
when hubby and I hit that mark, it was like, holy
shit,
you've like put up with me longer than anyone in my life.
Right.
He's and then I realized we moved here just before my youngest was born.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 10.
Uh-huh.
He'll be 11 in January.
Yeah.
So we've been in the same. And before that, before we got together, I was moving every year. Because I was going up and down the East Coast opening coffeehouses or modeling.
Right. You traveled.
I did a lot of stuff. My 20s, I lived a lot of life in my 20s.
Well, see, and the fun part about the situation that I'm in is in a year and a half, so half a year after my 7-year mark, the kid's going to graduate. And I'm going to get on the truck full time. So I'm going to have the wanderlust fulfillment and still be able to come home. And that just hit me. So,
yay!
James says he resembles that.
Honestly, if my kids could do it, I would be all about like turning a bus into a little house and just going places.
Well, yeah, because then
my kids
it would be more educational for them because they could get outside experience.
But you'd all be in one like smaller area. They would love it.
No.
They don't like being in their rooms.
No. They don't. They all want to be only children.
That's true.
So all three of them on top of each other in a little bus.
Yeah, I have one that's an only child. Trust and believe. That mentality gets him in trouble more than anything.
I know. Especially my oldest. My oldest really thinks he should be an only child. And sometimes, this morning I called him an asshole to his face.
Good. Did he deserve it? If he deserved it, then by all means. Call him an asshole.
Wouldn't say it if he didn't deserve it.
I tell mine he's an asshole all the time because he's being a fucking asshole.
He does stuff on purpose.
When our kids are gone, I'm gonna have to switch companies so Jellybean can go on the road with me. See, here's the thing, Dane, is you got to leave at least one of them at home, the responsible one, so they can take care of the pets and they can take care of the house.
You have to make sure which one you're leaving
right,
home.
Because if you leave the irresponsible one, you're fucked. But if you leave the responsible one at home and tell them, hey, if you work or you're going to school, we'll help you with the bills. You won't be responsible for all the bills, but you'll have to pay some of them because you're the one who's going to be home most of the time.
You pay utilities, we'll pay rent, basically.
I want nails.
I just took mine off.
I'm clacky today. I'm super clacky today.
The ones you got from me, Mel, are really good. You might want to consider them. They're cheap, too. I mean, comparatively.
I have my own, but I want nails.
It's about how long mine are.
It's just because they're long, huh?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
And they're pretty.
I
haven't done nail art in so long. Oh, it is about that time of year when I do my favorite nail art, though. I might do that.
Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I like my Nightmare Before Christmas nails.
I'm seriously considering taking these black ones and painting blood on the tips. Nope, they're all moving out, he says. Nope.
They got
Cherry frozen.
She did.
Yeah, no, Cherry's not frozen. Her Wi-Fi dropped.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's how you get frozen.
Right. So anyway, I'm primarily right-handed. I'm dominant on my right hand. I can use my left hand. But my left hand always looks great. So people will grab my right hand and I'm like, don't look at that one. Look at my right hand. Look at my left hand.
Look at the good one.
That's the good one. Like these are long enough to where I have a designer that I did years ago and it's a corset. I can actually do the corset on these now. Nope, they're all moving out. Well, then who's going to take care of the pets? Because you guys have animals and they need to be taken care of. You can't just get rid of your pets. Like, You can't just get rid of Kyrie. She's chirpy and she talks and she's chirpy.
Yeah, the birds will outlive you.
Mm-hmm. Justin's mom has a parrot. I can't remember.
I know there are some birds that like to go on the road. If they like, they take it with you.
Well, this parrot, Jasper, only likes one person in the entire family, and that's one of the nephews. Kyrie can go on the road with us.
See?
Okay. And this parrot, they've had forever and ever and ever, and they got him from another family, and he was already grown. This parrot's gonna live to be 120 fucking years old, legitimately.
Oh yeah, that's normal. Actually.
Like when you buy a parrot, you need to look at a multi-generational kind of thing because these birds are gonna outlive you and your kids and the next generation. It's like turtles.
A lot of times. That's what I tell people. People are like, "Oh, I want a bird." And I'm like, "Oh, you do realize this is more than your life commitment. You have to have somebody,
right?
You have to line up. This is bigger than like special needs kids. You need to line stuff up."
That's why we have no birds.
Yeah, that's why I don't have a bird. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. They smell.
No, actually, Jasper's not. He's not too bad.
Not a pet person. I can barely.
Well, he's a gray, isn't he?
No, he's green.
Oh, he's is he macaw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, macaws aren't that bad. The bigger birds aren't that bad. It's the little birds that stink.
I want an African gray. I really
African grays are like
they're so
there are
cute
only a couple birds
lovey.
that I would have, and African grays are ones I like.
Yeah, because they cuddle up into you, and you're just like, you're so sweet, baby. Yeah,
they are very sweet.
But do I have the attention span, the financial capability, and
birds are expensive?
Yeah, I don't have. It's like
reptiles.
Huskies. I legitimately know I am not. As much as I love Huskies, I'm not a Husky person. As much as I love Dalmatians, I'm not a Dalmatian person because I can't.
I had a Dalmatian for the longest time.
You guys have seen me interact with the cats. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
You want attention? Here, you get your butt scratched. Now go the fuck away.
Yeah, but you can do that with cats.
Right.
Cats and ferrets. If you want self-entertaining animals.
Yeah, but you have to have more than one. That's the problem.
Didn't they make a Sailor Moon color pop palette?
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. She was, because she messaged me the other day and she's like, is it worth the $94 for the whole set? I was like, essentially, yes, because you're getting 21 products because you're getting the 12-pack palette.
Color Pop's good too.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking to her. As for the price point, for the fact that they make duplicates of other products, the fact that you're getting a 12-pan palette, 4 lip glosses, 2 blushes, and 3 other colors, yes, that's a really good price point.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So no,
would I lay that much down at once for that? Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
The only time I did that was with Beauty Creations when I got all that gel stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a full go ahead. Sorry.
That's I use that every day.
Well, what's funny is when she and I were having this conversation, I was like, I was talking about how I'm working on a Valkyrie Shield Maiden Sailor Moon mesh. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, cool.
So I was talking about, you don't have to have big brand names like Jeffree Star. I did not realize in the last 5 months, he's put out 3 new collections and I looked at all of them and I hate them all.
Usually there's like a big to-do and even I know about it and I don't buy
since
Jeffree
he's been
Star
canceled
cosmetics.
for the 900th time, he's put out 3 collections trying to get his validation back. And they're all just repeats.
Nobody's
of the same
talking
colors.
about it.
No.
It's because nobody's talking about him.
Yeah, because he got canceled again after his car accident for what the fuck ever this time.
Yeah.
So he's got these 3 collections and it's just repeat. Oh, he
keeps making big boo-boos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew about a couple of them, but
they just keep redigging up his past, and it's just the same stupid bullshit. Or he makes remarks that he need not make because he's Jeffree fucking Star and thinks that he can do so because he's got all the fucking money in the world. Because he's got the makeup line, he's got a clothing line, he's got killer merch, he's got Jeffree Star cosmetics, heavy into realty.
That's what I thought, Jelly Bean.
Like when he started making his money, he started investing it in things like realty, and then he revolutionized the makeup industry. My problem with the palettes and the newer colors now is it's just repeats of everything he's already done. He's just reorganizing them and renaming them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we can't do that because everybody's going to start to catch on and you're not going to make any fucking money. But people want his shit because it's his name.
Right.
So to me, there's one palette that he's done that I want to fill my collection, and that's cremated, and then I'm done. Unless he comes out with something spectacular. Yeah, that's the black and white scale, the gray one. Yeah. That's the only other one that I want. I got Jawbreaker. I got
probably
Bloodlust.
like that one. I would probably like that one.
No, you won't like the price point on it. It's $58.
No, that's why I don't own any of his stuff.
Right, but here's the thing. For $58.
But I probably like it.
Right. The thing is for $58 for the cremated palette, you're getting pans this big. Okay, so they're decent sized pan. They're like an inch by an inch, which is bigger than most companies. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it is his brand, and so you know it's going to be
a good formula.
Good makeup. I don't support him on a personal level,
right?
Like where he's at. I support his makeup because it has revolutionized the makeup industry. I support the product. I don't support the person.
Yeah,
that happens a lot on this show.
Well, that happens a lot in life because if you think about it, there's products out there that are great products, but assholes make them.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I found it very funny when I was watching Leftovers last night. They were talking about Elon Musk and Jeffrey Bezos and how Elon Musk is going to send Jeffrey Bezos a number 2 statue because he's putting him in second place in the world. What? How big of a fucking dick do you have to do that to another fucking billionaire? Because he built a rocket, because they're building rockets.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
10% flat tax for it.
Then they were talking about R. Kelly, and I was like, nope, I got a dip. I can't talk about Little Miss Pee on the World.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't know who R. Kelly is?
You know who R. Kelly is. You just don't know.
He's the one who married Aaliyah when she was 15, and then he's got all these lawsuits against him for like rape and sexual harassment, and he had a whole cult for. Oh God, there's Netflix.
He's a musician.
Yeah.
What was that song?
Another
fucking billionaire, like poor oppressed minority, right? Right? That's what I'm saying.
What was that song? Because Vixie would know it.
Fuck around. Hold on.
It's like there's music involved. I probably know the music.
You do know it. It was huge.
Yeah, let's look up R. Kelly songs.
Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. No,
I'm still from the era where we knew the music and never knew who was singing it. So
right. Okay, well, there's that. No, that's not. That's R. Kelly.
That's R. Kelly.
But no, there was
this is newer though.
Yeah, no, there was a bigger
Hold
one.
up.
Oh no! Don't play that again. Shit.
No, that's why I stopped it. So the funny thing is Justin was watching something yesterday.
Yeah, I believe I can fly.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was something about fly.
I can fly.
Yeah, that's R. Kelly.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's more lawsuits and more people coming out about him and blah blah blah, and he's hitting the news big again because he not right in the head.
No. A lot of artists aren't, I have to say.
I think he just wants to piss on the world, literally.
Yeah.
That's so
But
sad.
Justin was watching this video last night, and it was a high school band, and they were doing I Got 5 on it, and he was like, do you like listening to band music like this? And I was like, eh. And he's like, do you know this song? I was like, yeah, it's I Got 5 on it. And he's like, what? And I had to play it for him. He's like, I've never heard that. And I was like, it came out when you were like 10 and I was 12. How do you not know the song? You can tell me every fucking P. Diddy song and fucking Notorious B.I.G., but you can't tell me you've never heard I Got 5 on it. What?
That's like, who was it? We were playing, name 5 or something like that. Name 5 songs that
Cranium?
Kelly.
Well, I did have a game that was named 5.
Okay, and the first one you gave me was like, name 5 Kelly Clarkson or some
Something like
famous girl. And I was like,
That one from Pitch Perfect.
that one from Pitch Perfect. That's about it. And the only reason I know it's her is because I looked it up after I watched Pitch Perfect. And it was better on Pitch Perfect. Oh. Some weird stuff goes on in this world.
I'm still upset with Nintendo because even after the new updates, I still can't use my Joy-Cons.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
And I do not have the money to get a full Switch.
Yeah.
Well, had I
Put it
not
on your
bought
wish
another
list.
fucking laptop, I would have donated $100 last night.
That wouldn't. I appreciate that, but
I mean, that would have been $300.
It would have been a start.
It would have been 100 out of the, Morning, Heather.
I really want to play Mario Party.
Well, if you were here, my son would love to play it with you. He tries to get me to play it all the time. I don't enjoy it.
Okay, well, I'll just come down next weekend.
Okay.
What a friend who was Vixie's and my age. What? Who didn't know the theme to the Batman series? What?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, here's the details. Have you ever played Cranium? It's like my favorite game.
No.
Cranium is win, lose, or draw, trivia. You have a thing of clay and you have to it's kind of like Pictionary, except
using clay.
And there's Pictionary. So you have all these different things that you do.
Set of mini games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the one I got it's like charades. You can use words as long as you don't use that word.
Specific
I think there's
trigger words.
Balderdash.
Uh-huh.
Is that the one that's like that?
I have no fucking clue.
Maybe.
Anyways, it said Batman, right? And I went da 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 da. And she looked at me like this.
Who didn't grow up in our
And I'm
generation watching the Batman reruns, though?
I looked at there's like 30 people in the house, okay? I'm like, everyone shut up. Da 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 da. And everyone yelled, Batman! She's like, I don't get it. I'm like, you
Dane
need
wants
to leave
know what's
now.
wrong with your Joy-Cons.
We're no longer friends.
Yeah,
she has
I was
a
waiting
Switch
for
Lite. She doesn't
I was
have a
waiting for
full-blown
Vixie to
Switch.
finish. Yeah, and when I first got it, they connected. I was able to use the Joy-Cons to play Mario Party, although I didn't really play because there was nobody to play with, and that wasn't fun. And now there's been so many updates, and in the course of those updates, my Joy-Cons will no longer connect. And it's not just me; it's everybody with Switch Lite.
Yeah,
I don't have
except for
Joy-Cons,
me.
so.
We don't know why ours still works.
Maybe yours didn't ever update. I don't know.
Oh, it did though. I checked. It's weird.
Don't know.
We have a lot of things that happen in this house.
I even bought
for no
another
reason.
set of Joy-Cons. I have 2 sets now because I thought, well,
You thought maybe they weren't talking?
Yeah.
Weird.
Bless you.
Not getting lip fillers. Let me try them on our light. Okay.
Okay.
I will hate you forever if they work.
Don't
hate
tell her
Dane.
if they work.
Yeah, don't tell me if it works.
Unless you have
There's
fixed.
supposedly some kind of way to go online and update the actual Joy-Cons. I don't know. I need more information about that. I tried to figure it out, and Vixie tried to figure it out, and we didn't get very far.
We both got really confused, and I'm kind of a tech head, and I got really confused.
Yeah. I was like, Vixie will know what to do.
Vixie went, that's just, no. I don't get
No.
it. No.
It was doing that with the big Switch.
No, it was doing
The
with the
kids'
kids' Switch, but they have the big one.
Oh,
Right.
Oh yeah. So
I
it's
can't
doing
decide if I want the all black Switch or if I want the one with the blue and the red handles on or Joy-Cons
I got.
on it.
I wanted an all black one, but I got the blue and the red handles because it was on a flash sale. So
Yeah.
I honestly got my big
Well,
one
and
for the
the
same
thing
amount
is
as I paid
like-
for the light.
Walmart sells, they also sell one that has like, it's like a turquoise and another, I think it's turquoise and purple Joy-Cons.
I think I
Yeah,
have
that's
that one.
that's the one that Animal Crossing. It's the Animal Crossing one.
Right. And I don't know if I want that. That's another one that they have is the Animal Crossing Lite or Switch. So I don't know
Mhm.
which one I want. And I'm like, I got fucking 4 weeks to decide.
Honestly, if I had a choice, I would have gotten the black one.
That's the one that Justin has is the all black.
But that's because
Well, then that could get confusing.
Right. That's I'm kind of
usually
like,
this is the original
right.
colors, the red and the blue. And I want a sticker for back here too, but I didn't get one.
Dame's all fancy with his because his Joy-Cons they light up.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they
that's
do.
right. I saw it. That's very cool.
I'm like, don't show me shit like that. I have a problem with spending money.
Yeah.
I knock on wood have not had any problem with my Joy-Cons, even my cheapy ones that I got for free for reviewing them.
Yeah.
Those can be a pain in the butt though, because you have to plug them in and
The only reason
Sometimes
I'm
they
getting
don't
a big
charge
Switch
right.
is because he plugged his into the TV and I was like, oh my God, I can actually see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'd just keep my light and be happy with it. But I was like, oh. I
the thing
can
about
see.
the light is technically it was my son got it for his birthday. First
Oh, it was
of all.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be Christmas, but that didn't
It was
happen.
supposed to be Christmas, but it didn't happen. There was a whole bunch of stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
But
me getting
I was
those-
using it more than he was.
me getting the big Switch has made Christmas really easy for the kid because he already knows he's getting the light.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But we told him you don't get games, like you can get free games, but you can't get big games until Christmas because we'll give you so much money for Christmas and it'll be put towards your Nintendo account and you can get games then. But until then, we're only going to do the free games. This is an early Christmas present. You better fucking appreciate it because otherwise, don't piss me off or you ain't getting no money for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because Christmas is not obligated, by the way, people.
No.
Yep. Well, I have always done, and I was planning to do this even if my kids were neurotypical, is something they want, something they need, something to wear, and something to read.
Yeah.
That's how I do my Christmas shopping for my
We
kids.
bought him books every year for Christmas. We bought him clothes every it's Christmas and tax season.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll buy him a couple pair of jeans and a couple shirts for school before school starts. But like when we really go out and buy everybody clothes is usually tax season. And then usually I'll make something. This last Christmas I didn't because I made enough money to where I could actually buy actual things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is I made him a beanie and I bought him a beanie and he wears the beanie that I made him more than the one that I bought him.
That's cool.
He says, I like it better. I'm like, it's made the same fucking way.
No, it's not.
Actually,
The one you made was made with love.
Yeah.
no, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was.
You
It
said
literally was an extra leftover from an order that I didn't think I made and that I overmade on.
Yes, but
And I was like,
still.
well, he'll never know.
Yeah.
Well, I will now that he's watching the show.
No, he doesn't watch the show. He doesn't have access to the internet.
Oh.
Because the Chromebooks at school, they have blocks on things like social media and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to watch this with me being on here. Are you kidding me? He'd hate it.
My kids
No.
always want to watch, and I'm like, you can watch, but you can't listen.
Oh, what's funny is like all of his friends at school know that I'm on TikTok. And they're always like scoping my page, trying to find shit on him. And I'm like, dude, don't piss me off. One day I'll make you TikTok famous. And everybody in your school will know.
True.
I
love that one, even if it's not true, that lady calls out her son. He's like, oh, only good-looking chicks can be in the car or something like that.
Right.
And she's like, you need to come home, and you're not even old enough to drive, and all the. She's just.
Oh, he tried pulling the age card the other day, and I was like, do I look like I give a fuck because you do not finance, fuck, or feed this house, boy? Try again. Try it. I dare you. And let me tell you, being a boy mom versus being a girl mom are two completely different worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. I'll take boys over girls any day because the boy hormones I can handle. The girl hormones, I will murder a bitch.
Well, that's when you start being, uneven ground, at least in their hormones think they are.
Yeah, well.
I know that's when I started mouthing off to my mom.
Oh, no, I've always been mouthy. Like, I
wasn't until I hit puberty, and then I've
always been
sick
mouthy,
of your shit.
No, I've just always been mouthy. It goes along with the brat part of me, like, since day one.
I just didn't care, and that drove my mother nuts.
Yeah, like...
I wasn't mouthy. I was just, She tried to guilt me, and I just look at her and go, no.
I didn't do that. Mine tried to guilt me, she got guilted back. She didn't like it.
Oh, my mother hated it because I just look at her and go, no.
Well, like with mine, it wasn't. She hated it because she knew. Because my parents were very polar opposite, okay? Like when I tell you their marriage was arranged, I'm not joking. I come from that kind of family. But like she thought she was vindictive, yet no, my father was extremely manipulative and vindictive, and I took after him, whereas my sister took after our mother. So you've got somebody who's very good with manipulation, and you've got somebody who has a very big case of victimitis. And I learned early on that I was not a victim.
Yeah.
So she didn't like that because I stood up to her, and every time she'd guilt me, I would guilt her right back 100 times more. So it's probably why we haven't spoken in almost 6 years.
Probably.
It could be.
I mean, when I told her I wanted, if she didn't have anything to talk about other than her cheating, lying, manipulative husband, which was not my father, by the way, I had nothing to say. Hung up the phone, and I haven't spoken to her since, except for maybe Facebook messages, and there's been 4 in the total of 6 years. My parents' marriage was a weekend shit show for the most part. I mean, that was mine. Like their marriage was arranged. It lasted 16 years. I don't know how.
I was gonna say that's actually pretty long.
Yeah. He was abusive, but that's because he was supposed to be on pain medication, and she would take his pain medication, so he would drink.
Mm-mm.
And it was just a bad situation. And they were raising kids in an environment through this, and it was not the best situation to grow up in, because if dad couldn't get his hands on mom, I was the next target. Now, granted, I understand why he was the way he was. It just took me 30 years to figure out why.
Yeah.
And
that's understandable.
Right. And my father was definitely one of those people who should have not been a parent, and he did the best that he could. But I'm still a daddy's girl, 100%. Regardless if he was alive today or not, which he's not, I still would be a daddy's girl. I've always been a daddy's girl.
Me. I've been always independent. I was never been a parent's favorite or anything like that. My dad has not been around much. And I remember once I wanted something. I can't remember what it was. And I asked him for help getting it. And I was like 14 at the time. And he was dating this woman, and she looked at me. She goes, Don't you know you're supposed to bat your eyes and say daddy? And I looked at her and I said, I've never called him daddy a day in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever will.
So, got Kaylee, bye! Jellybean messaged me after
Okay, love
the
ya.
table
Hi,
yesterday.
Jellybean.
And she said she was extremely upset because I didn't tell her, "Okay, I love you, bye." So I literally messaged her and said it. So with my parents, it was a very volatile situation. Now, here's the funny thing: is my dad came home drunk one day, and I was very young, and it's very rare that I remember things from my childhood because it blocked so much out.
Yeah.
But she knocked him over the head with a curtain rod. Okay, hit him hard enough to knock him out with it. First of all, how the fuck do you do that?
Oh, you'd be amazed. Doesn't take a lot, actually.
But she said it was because he came home drunk, and I looked at her. I said, "He drinks because you take his pills."
Yeah.
And she's like, "That's not why he drinks." Like, she was trying to avoid the fact that she needed to take responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I started to learn the aesthetic of their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, this is not what I need in my life. And he honestly, for as much of a parent as he should have never been, and for as much as he tried, I had more communication with him than I did with her. And I didn't speak to him for a good 4 years of my life. But we all grow and learn. And that's why, like with the situation with my biologicals, I don't push the matter because I know eventually they'll either reach out or they won't. And if they don't, that's okay. That's okay. I'll respect their decision. That is up to them. Am I hurt by it? Yeah, but
no.
What am I going to do? I fucked up, and I own where I fucked up. And that's just where it's at. And
well, we're all human, and we all make mistakes.
Exactly. And I understand that especially with my oldest, she very much, as much as she refuses to admit it, has a lot of the same mentality that I do. So she is overly stubborn. And I get that. Like, I legitimately understand that. And I'm not going to down her for it. Because she takes no shit. And if she's not going to take shit from her parents, she could take shit from nobody.
Yeah.
So good on her. I mean, honestly, good for her. So moving on.
Next. Clean cup moved on.
Nah. Oh, it's been a while since I heard that.
Oh, I just stretched and my back went.
Oh, jealousy. I'm filled with jealousy now.
Oh. That's been wanting to happen for 2 weeks now.
Justin keeps talking about he wants to go to a chiropractor. He asked me last weekend about an inversion table, and I was like, well, we can get one. He said, we need to get one that's going to hold over 350 pounds. Now, granted, he's not 350, but he wants to get over 350 just in case.
Just on the safe side.
Safer.
Right, and I get that. And he goes, well, it cracked my back. And I was like, fuck if I know.
Probably. An inversion table? Probably.
He just needs to stretch, like he needs a full body stretch. He needs to be put on a fucking rack is what he needs. Because I was literally...
The inversion table is kind of safe version of that,
right.
Actually.
But I was sitting there and I grabbed a hold of one of his limbs and I was pulling on it and he just loved it. And I was like, okay, so we need an inversion table and a regular chiropractic appointment. Got it.
You might do joint compressions. Sometimes that helps.
Don't know. We'll figure it out, though. Ducky, you're not supposed to lick paper, dummy.
I had a cat who loved paper. You roll it up, receipts real tight, and then you let them go, and they go.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best toy ever. Just the free ones.
They like balls of foil for some reason. Like last week, I was when I soaked off my nails.
Cats were supposed to be afraid of foil.
They are if you lay it out on a flat surface, like if you lay it flat,
okay.
Because it makes it crinkle. But I was sitting there and I had one of my hands wrapped up in the foil, and I was doing like this, and Ducky was just like, "What's that, Mom? What's that?" So afterwards, I took foil and I rolled it up into a ball, and I've never seen him more energetic in his life. And then Wasabi figured it out.
That's the spot.
We have like 4 floating aluminum foil balls running around the house, and they love pens and cute. They don't like cat toys, but they love fucking
Everything
random
else.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's their job.
I thought their job was to yell at me and be lazy.
Well, that too. Sure we can. Sure we can. Remember, everybody, in the description below are links to all of our social media. If you want to be on the table, go to the Discord channel, Vixie Squad Coffeehouse, and underneath Planet Flipside is the Coffeehouse, and there's a link there if you want to be on the table. And there'll be one there tomorrow morning, too.
Mm-hmm. That's where you also get like all the inside track on what's going on with us.
Yep, that's where you want to be if you want to know what's going on before anyone else does. Please take time to go to Planet Flipside merch. Grab you something extra special. There's little
you
things,
deserve
there's
something
big
nice,
things.
boo-boo.
Yes, you deserve it.
And
there are all kinds of things. There's stickers. There are cups.
There's everything.
There are little makeup pencil bag thingies. There's are shirts,
hoodies,
sweatshirts, hoodies, leggings.
Pretty soon
joggers,
we're gonna auction off Mel.
All kinds
we're
of stuff.
auctioning off Mel?
What?
What?
Huh? Who?
What?
Who are we talking about?
What?
Mel said something about auctioning herself off.
What? What?
Did you just use the big voice on me, Harold?
What?
Also, down below is kendralash.com, and if you use the code Vixie Squad, you do get 20% off. Also, tell her we said happy birthday because her birthday was 2 days ago. We've got Mashika Creations, where I'm not going to yell because I have a sleeping child in the house. Not that he'll wake up through it, but if you use the code Cherry Bomb Pop, all capital letters, you get 20% off. And what else? We have all the links to our socials. We have the Discord. We have Doll's House Etsy shop.
It's Doll's birthday on Tuesday.
Yeah, and we don't film on Tuesday, guys. So leave her messages in the Discord. I don't know if she'll see them or not because I don't know if she checks the Discord. And she will be with us today. However, she is being an adult and she is working.
Mm-hmm. The whole adult thing sucks.
It does. It's a fucking trap. Now, here's the fucked up part: is none of us asked to be born, right? Not a single motherfucker, one of us. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're all forced to fucking adults.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nice.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well,
no, it's not.
You know, one day somebody will want to pay us to do this.
Speaking of, I'm currently in the process of defacing school property.
Oh, really?
Are you?
Yeah.
You're so proud.
I don't know.
I love it.
I don't know. I know. I don't know if you've seen the videos on TikTok. I saw them a few weeks ago, and I've just been thinking about it ever since. But people are taking like a piece of wood and putting down Mod Podge and then like a very thin layer of a napkin on top of it. And then more Mod Podge and like making like fall creations and stuff. Well, one of our kids had a birthday party a while back and it was Cocomelon themed. So there were Cocomelon napkins. And I was like, hey, I could do that with Cocomelon. So I took our clipboard and I'm painting the back of it white because I had written on it in Sharpie and I don't want that to show through. But so I'm painting the back of it white and then I'm going to Mod Podge it and put the napkin over it. And
oh, cool.
I think it's going to look cool.
I thought you meant like, cool. Like, I didn't realize you were talking about the school you work at. I thought you were talking about like a school.
Oh yeah. I figured you were like, wait, what?
Like I got all excited for a second.
Gotta get your mind racing a little bit.
She's admitting to a felon on live TV. Yeah.
Right. No, for legal purposes, that better have been a joke. I got excited. I was like, I want to play too. But then I was like, oh.
My boss is on vacation, but when she comes back on Monday, I know she'll approve. So it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
You took a lot for the team these past couple of weeks anyways.
Yes.
I think she'll let a few things slide.
It's like when you left a message in WhatsApp, you're like, I'm just going to vent. You don't have to listen to this. I was like, oh, I need tea, bitch.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me listen.
I'm gonna say
We're
one more
coffee
thing about
bitches.
it. I'm gonna say one more thing about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just have to say it to somebody, and I don't want to say it to anybody at work because I do love my coworker. She's lazy and very disorganized, but I do love my coworker.
Dane, be safe.
But man, she made me so mad yesterday. We have breakfast from 8:30 to 9, right? We give them the breakfast, we clean up afterwards, we change it, you know, all the things. And I was in another class until 9 o'clock because that's where I've been helping out this week in the mornings. And I came down to our class, which had 2 kids.
Two, because everybody else is gone out
kids.
sick.
And she did not clean up after breakfast. She left it for me, knowing that she was going to be going to another class once I came back.
Oh no, ma'am. That's not how this game works.
With 2 kids, you can't sweep and wipe a table.
Right. It's not hard. That's just
No.
being lazy.
Yes.
There needs to be documentation.
Okay, I had to say it to somebody.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. See, the funny thing is like the most drama that I have in my life is the teenager. So like anytime anybody else has drama, I'm like,
Bye,
ooh,
Dane.
spill some tea. I got my glass. Come on, I got a cup.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always drama at this place. I don't like the drama part of it. I
Yeah,
just want to play with the kids.
I don't do drama in the outside
But it's like
world.
the most drama comes from the ones that have been there the longest, and there's one lady that's been there 26 years, and she is the most drama.
Of course.
Like she never left high school drama.
I can't stand people like that.
She's the most drama.
Like, just grow the fuck up. I understand that you work with small humans.
And if she's in a bad mood and pissed off at the boss, and you come and ask her anything,
how the fuck are you supposed
she's
to know
gonna
she's in
give
a
you a
bad
nasty
mood?
ass comment. She's gonna
Let her
give you
leave
the nasty
let
ass
her say
comment.
some nasty ass shit to me. I will fuck her world up. I'll snatch her by the back of the neck.
Snatch that weed.
Most white
She
people
doesn't
don't
do it to
really-
me anymore because
Take
she
what
loves
you
me
can.
for some reason. But yeah.
I used
Try
to-
cleaning a house with a 3, a 12, and a 10, and with 3. No, trust and believe I have. Trust and believe I have. You train them children to clean with you.
No,
I can clean a
kids
room
like
with
mine.
12 1-year-olds
I'm
in
sorry,
it.
Jimmy.
Have you tried to corral 1-year-olds?
Yes, and it's fun.
12 of them
Yes.
at once?
Yes.
It's
It's
worse
not
than
fun.
cats.
It is worse than cats.
You need
Look,
a
It's
blue
illegal
healer.
to put children in cages, but
Especially at
sometimes
work.
you just gotta.
Tell work that they need to purchase you an Austrian blue healer.
Okay.
Because that dog will round up kids. It's so much fun to watch.
Oh, any kind of healer. Any kind of healer. Blue healers, red healers,
Yeah, but
Australian healers, it don't
the
matter.
Austrian blue healers, they're smaller.
Uh-huh.
They're what we call loading dogs for cattle. They're like tiny, but they're like all muscle. And they're so gentle with kids, but they herd them. And it's
They'll nudge
so
them.
hilarious.
Now the funny thing is with adults, they'll actually nip their ankle. They'll nip an adult's
Yeah.
ankle until you have to
Morning,
literally
Jimmy.
physically
You pay attention.
not do that. I would be a smart ass and say, "You suck it up, Buttercup." I don't know what the fuck their problem is, but they need to no. I'd be like, "Look, bitch, I don't know what your problem is. Go home, get laid. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you got to get fucked or somebody got to fuck you. Take your bullshit somewhere else. Don't nobody want nor need that."
Get fucked, stay fucked.
Yes.
Whatever
Pushing A.
needs to be done, fix it.
Right, like,
I'm pushing A.
I understand
That's
that you
A.
work with children, but you're supposed to be an adult. You're supposed to set the example. Come the fuck on.
Not this lady.
Well, that lady needs to grow the fuck up.
I would be taking pictures and documenting
Uh-huh.
because that's what I do.
Uh-huh.
People figure that out that have worked with me now. So a lot of people who were in Vixie Squad back when I was, doing the agent thing, I document everything and I share it freely.
Yeah.
She's
I have
not
no
like that
problem
anymore with me because she's seen that I'm a hard worker and that I'm a good employee and she likes me now. But when I first started working there, there were a few times I would be like, they would assign me something like pass this out to the classrooms. So I would go and take it to everybody, and she'd be in a foul mood because she's in a room with 11 2-year-olds all by herself, which granted, I hate that room.
Nobody likes
but
you
I
when
would
you're 2
go
or
to bring
23.
her the thing and she'd be like, make some kind of comment about how I can't get any help and I don't want them to. Nothing to do with me.
Look, I'm
Like,
a petty bitch. Honestly,
I
I'm a
stopped
petty
taking
bitch.
her stuff.
And don't
And the
come
boss
at me.
came to me and said, I stopped
Mm.
taking her stuff. And the boss came to me and said, you skipped her room. I said, yeah, because she's nasty. She doesn't want it. So
She doesn't want it. She said she doesn't want it. If this is where in elementary school they hung up basically the same baskets on the doors that they use in like medical profession. So
right.
if we had to do something like that, we just stick it in the door, and it was the teacher's responsibility to check it every hour.
Well, I was passing out buckets of bleach water to sanitize toys. I can't fit that in there.
Oh no, you can't do that. Go to the next and like they set up. Oh, mine do that too. It's not fun. Oops. Tray fell off the table.
Bye bye, Sally. We'll see you in a second. Why isn't this working? You can't. Oh. I need to charge my Switch. I'm just going to turn that off now.
You need to charge your Switch.
I have a whole new setup, I think you noticed.
So,
and like, it's so much easier to
I bought
just do everything.
Get stuff.
And I have like
There
all
you
my
are.
chargers over here, so I don't have to keep switching them out all the time.
Our electricity went out just enough to shut the router down. So.
Oh, that's
And you came right back up on here without me touching a button.
Well, I jumped on. I'm now running on my hotspot on my phone, so I don't know how
I
well
touched
that's
the
going to
button.
work.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
okay.
Vixie or
I'm like-
hubby probably touched it.
So, but yeah,
Oh,
no.
there he is. I didn't see him. I was like,
You may not see
How
him,
did
but
that
he's
happen?
there.
So let's put it this way. This is how petty I get. Okay.
How
So
petty you get.
The teenager does not currently have his phone because he mouthed off again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He may or may not get it back today, depending on his attitude today. Well, he's got a girlfriend. He didn't think we knew about her because he's got her in his phone as no clue. Okay. I'm petty enough to go through these messages and find out who this motherfucker is.
Of course, if you see a name like that, you're going to be curious and want to know more. Like, make it something
And yes,
stupid.
I do go through my son's phone for the simple fact of
Make it something that doesn't stand out.
Right. Right. So I called him out on it. I was like, you think you slick. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, you think we don't know you're talking
Not
to some
very.
girl? And he's like, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, there's rules to your dating. And she's already lied to me because when she texted him one day and I had his phone and I was like, she said, are you awake? I said, no, he's not awake. It's 10 o'clock at night. And who the fuck is this? Because he has you as no clue in his phone. And she's like, oh, this isn't some girl name. And I was like, no. And you know who you texting. Don't try that. So not only has she lied to me, don't do that. Don't lie to me. I don't care who you are. Don't fucking lie to me. I'll find the fuck out and I'll fuck your life up for it. But then he wanted to lie about it. I was like, whatever. So now they're doing the I love you thing. Okay. So
1, 4, 3.
hey, that's actually that's a very sentimental thing with me and a friend of mine, with one of my sisters.
Aw.
It is. It really is. So anyway, I grabbed his phone the other day because he wasn't doing his chores right, and we have a deal. In order for him to keep things like football, his phone, the things that he wants to keep, he has to be a team player at home as well. Well, he wasn't being a team player at home, so I was having to do all his shit. So in order to punish him, I took away his phone. And we took it away for a certain amount of time instead of he didn't have it for a whole ass year, you guys. And he finally got it back. Mm-hmm. Anyway, oh yeah, I'm a petty bitch. I'm a petty bitch.
I would die.
And not only that, he doesn't have a smartphone. He's got a flip phone. Okay.
Oh.
So I took the phone and I was going through it and he said something smart ass. I was like, did you forget I'm the queen of petty in this house? He's like, what do you mean? I said, you do understand I can block your girlfriend's phone number from my phone on the Verizon account. And then you ain't going to have no way to contact her, period, done into story, because her phone or her phone calls and her texts will not come through on your phone. Fuck with me. And he was like, oh. I said, yeah. petty bitch. I'm not going to do it. Piss me off, I'll do it. But I ain't going to do it right now. So, and it's not that he needs to walk on eggshells by any means whatsoever. It's he needs to learn responsibility and accountability. He's 16 fucking years old. At this point, it should be in, like, I've been trying to teach him this for 6 years. Regardless. It was funny because I was like, I can be super petty right now. I can fuck your life up. And you 16, Bubba, you can move the fuck on. And then he doesn't always keep his friends' names in his phone. Like, he just knows the numbers. And there was one of his friends had texted him and was like, so I found a pumpkin patch and we can go to dinner after. I was like, and not only that, I was like, not only can I block her number from your phone, I was like, I can tell her you're talking to somebody else. I was like, I'll take a picture of the text from somebody asking you to go on a date and send it to her. He was like, well, that was my friend so-and-so, and we were talking about going on a double date. I was like, not till you bring this little girl back to my house, and she needs to meet me and your daddy. And not only that, she already hit one strike because she done lied to me. He was like, oh. But he wants to play the I'm 16 card. Motherfucker, you don't finance, fucker, feed this house. Don't even fuck with me. Don't try. Yeah. He tried telling me that I don't, and I was like, excuse me, sir, every bit of money that I get that comes into this house goes back into this house. You should see when I take the Wi-Fi cord away around here, kids are say they bored. And I said, well, I want to, exactly.
You don't need to be bored. There's plenty for you to do. Go do it.
Well, and I hear that all the time. I'm bored. Your boredom is not my responsibility.
I have plenty of stuff you can do. Want me to give you
my friends would bring their kids over to my house and they'd be like, I'm bored. And I'm like, oh, you have my attention now.
Yeah.
Right. Let me find something for you to do.
After the first couple of times, they decide they don't want my attention no more.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I will find something for you to do, and you may not like it, but you ain't going to be bored.
And there's plenty of stuff to do that's fun. Well, and we have always had a really nice swing sets because it's one of the few things that my eldest child will do outside of Blue's Clues. So I've splurged on swings that I have finally we got a new one a couple of years ago because the old one decided to try to fall apart on us. It was not fun. But so there's always that, and there's tons of books to read in my house. There's tons of games. There's stuff to do that is not terrible.
It doesn't need technology.
But you look at me and say, I'm bored.
Oh, it's game on.
I have stuff that needs to be sorted, like buttons. Oh, I know I would never give you that task unless that would be for fun for you. But some kids love that. Some kids don't.
I straight up tell mine, if you're bored, you can either do what I tell you to do, or you can go find something to do. And it's not, I'm going to make sure that you don't like what I tell you to do.
I like to untangle things too.
Oh, yarn barf is my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, that's another one. Rolling balls of yarn, skeins into balls. I make kids do that too.
I have.
I used to have to do it when I was a kid. People are like, how do you make those balls?
I have a yarn winder, so
they like have a pattern. I'm like, I've been winding balls of yarn since I was like 3.
Right. Now they say just throw all the toys away. Well, I just said then there'll be no Santa this year. Exactly. See, and then mine doesn't like it because we make him earn things because he's at an age. And I've always had him do this. You have to earn the right to be able to go out and hang with your friends. You have to earn the right to get $20 to be able to go do whatever the fuck it is that you want to go do. You need to earn these things because when you become an adult, people are not just going to hand you shit. You got to earn that, you know?
That's, my 10-year-old came up to me and was like, I want this. And I'm like, no.
But
I want this. I said, well, it costs money. Do you want to earn the money?
Right.
Because I can give you some tasks to do. And then if you do them, and it'll take a while and you'll have to save up. Because he wanted a video game. It was like $60. And I'm like, no.
I used to have a chore chart for my kids. It's like a big poster board I got. And I put like paper clips on it. And there were little pieces of paper. For each chore, she could choose either X amount of screen time or like $1 or, you know, something like that.
See, with ours, we didn't do the earning the money thing. It's you could earn something to do because we weren't financially stable enough to be able to do things like an allowance. But
You have to be careful.
we also, and he likes to play the manipulation game
Chrissy.
because he knows that Dad feels guilty for Dad not being here all the time because Dad's out on the road most of the time.
Mhm. That's dirty.
It is dirty pool. Like last weekend, we made a family event out of the football game, and then he wanted to go to homecoming. Okay, fine. They only had like a 45-minute homecoming, y'all. I really wasn't stressed about it. His cousin wanted to go because his cousin actually likes the school system here. So they went to homecoming. They were home like 45 minutes after the game, which, by the way, the school had homecoming at 11 o'clock at night because they wanted to wait until after the football game instead of the next day. Anyway, and then the Justin was home till Monday. So Sunday, the kid wanted to go to the races. And Justin was like, is your friend going to take you? I was like, dude, we got $20 in cash and $30 on a card. It's going to take your dad the $30 to get there and back and there and back. And then it's going to cost money to get in the races. What are you going to do to earn this money? And his dad was like, oh, no, just give it to him. I was like, nah, that's not how we play this game because we've given this kid more money than I could fucking throw out this weekend, but we ain't got.
Yeah.
Because you feel guilty because you ain't here. That's not how this game works. He's going to earn it. And granted, he did mow the yard on Saturday, but that's part of the, like, I've mowed the yard for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
It's not my turn no more.
Not my
His
turn.
son has to earn $1 a day, and he'll earn the rights to use his iPad. He doesn't have electronics, period, done into story. The only electronics he has, I monitor, because there are people that do not need to get a hold of him in his life just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has proven that he is not responsible with electronics, except for school electronics, because he likes to look at websites that are inappropriate for a person his age. And Verizon emails me, not his dad. And I got tired of getting emails from Verizon saying that he was looking at porn all the time.
It's
It
so
got to the
easy
point
to
where-
access. People are like, no, it's hard to. I'm like,
No, it's
are
not.
you serious me? It's one of the easiest things to access on the internet. And if
Yeah.
the kid just you're lucky that the kid that Verizon warns you, because
Mm-hmm.
if the kid was smart, there'd be other things going on
Right.
before he went to that website.
Right. Like, and the thing is like, after I started getting these emails, I was like, I thought it was Justin. Because they didn't really associate a phone number with it. They just said that there was somebody on the account that was accessing illegal websites. And I was like, okay, Justin, quit looking at porn. He's like, it's not me. I'm like, well, I know it's not me. And then I narrowed it down and I was like, oh, this little motherfucker. Okay. So we limit his internet access.
Yeah.
And if he wants to buy a toy with money, he has to donate an old one. That's a really good thing to do as well. And the
only way I could ever get my kid to get rid of any toys was to tell her we were donating them.
She
would not throw away toys, but if it was going to another kid who needed them,
right,
that was okay.
Right. But
my kids are the same.
And this one, like, it's funny because I'll threaten to take everything but his bed and not even his dresser, because according to the state of Kansas, he doesn't need a dresser. All he needs
I was going to say, all they need is a mattress.
Yeah. And he's got a futon that he picked out, by the way, not my choice. Because he needed a new bed. But he's like, well, then go ahead and take all my stuff away. I don't have anything anyway, and I'm used to it by now, because I have consistently taken everything out of his room over the course of the last 6 years on a regular basis. Like, I got to come up with some creative ass ways to punish this kid. He's just so used to it at this point. I'm like, but the thing is it's not me being abusive, because he likes to call me a bully. I'm like, dude, I'm not bullying you. I'm making you accountable for this. I'm not mentally attacking you. I'm not attacking your character. I'm telling you this is the shit that you're supposed to do, that you're not doing it. And you just don't like my tone of voice or the fact that I use fuck too much. I don't give a fuck. Stop it.
Fucking incredible.
His iPad only has downloaded learning games from his school. You have everything locked. We're talking about a 16-year-old kid here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a different story, but regardless, we're Hopefully,
No
one of these
regrets.
days, his brain will activate and he'll actually understand.
About 24.
I'm just at the point where I'm like, dude, when you have kids, you'll understand all this bullshit if you choose to have kids. If not, well, then you
8
ain't
more
never going to
years.
understand it, and you can just fuck off with that shit.
8 more years, Cherry. 8 more years.
8 more years?
Yeah, they don't start to have a brain until they're about 24.
Well, that's fine. After he is 18, he is no longer my responsibility. I got a year and a half.
I got a year and a half.
And I told him, I said, there's going to be rules when I go on that truck with your daddy, because if I come home and my house is a wreck, best pack your shit and leave.
Get your own apartment.
Yeah, because I ain't dealing with that shit. I can't pop with hand on buns with kids. Dogs will attack me. Oh, you can't do that. I got you.
Somebody saw me do that once, and I'm like, look, she was trying to run out into the street naked.
Right.
You know, this is a behavior that needs to stop for her own livelihood.
Right.
I want her to be breathing, and I only smacked it once. Not
I
a
threaten
lot.
to beat mine all the time. I'm like, I will beat you within an inch of your motherfucking life if you don't knock your shit off. I will find something to throw at you. Do you want me to beat you down? Like, it's a consistent. He just looks at me like, bitch, you can't take me. And I'm like, motherfucker, you got kneecaps. I can take your ass. Please, come at me. Then I'm going to ask you, you mad, bro?
Yesterday, my youngest I said, come here, I need to talk to you. I'm mad right now. And I said, don't care. Stand right here.
Right.
We're talking.
Well, another big one in this with him is that we don't validate his feelings. I'm like, when you come home and you mad and you take that shit out on me, you're not validating my feelings. You have to give to get, dum-dum.
Yeah.
And he really has only child syndrome, I swear to God. Like, he is an only child. He doesn't understand. It's not in his brain capacity to understand.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, when you come home and I'm in a bad mood, I don't take my bad mood out on you. I will tell you I am not in the mood for this shit. But I don't take that mood out on you.
Pardon me.
Well, that's because kids feed treats. And now I'm like, I'm not hurting him. Well,
not hurting him.
They bounce. It's okay. I promise. Dude, okay, so check this one. When my daughter was, she was about 3 years old. So my son was very, very small at this point. I stopped spanking her because she turned around one day and I said, girl, if you don't quit, I'm going to snatch you up. And she said, Mom, I looked at her, I said, what? And she says, you don't spank me like you do. She says, you spank me like this. And she legit spanked herself and made herself cry. I was like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm done. You got this. I'm just going to tell you from now on, you need to go spank yourself because you did it. I can't fuck with that. Like, she just knew. Okay. Got suspended for peeing on school bathroom. Why was he peeing on the school bathroom wall?
I bet he was upset about something.
Okay, but don't pee on the wall. That wall ain't do nothing to you.
Oh, I understand, Heather. It's one of those, I don't get it.
I don't understand it. Like, why would you, that poor wall, what did that wall ever do to you?
My oldest is right on the floor. It's like, you could have gone to the bathroom.
Oh, no, ma'am. See, here's the thing in my house. I live with 2 males. If they don't put that toilet seat up and I sit down and there's piss on that seat, you best believe, 1, I am not cleaning it, and 2, they will be cleaning it with something that they don't want to clean it with.
When I lived with there's been more than one time where I've lived with multiple people. And one of the signs I like to post above the toilet was, I don't care what sex you are, if you have to stand to pee, you lift the seat. I straight up told both of them. I said, if I sit down on that toilet seat one more time and I sit and piss, y'all are both going to be squatting and pissing like a bitch. Fuck with me. I'll take the toilet seat right the fuck off.
They didn't believe me. I've gone out. Well, we need a new toilet seat because it's worn out from cleaning it with certain chemicals and whatnot. But I've gone out and I've measured it to buy a new toilet seat. One of these days they're gonna fuck with me, and I'm gonna take that motherfucking toilet seat. Right? I would have made him clean the wall because he was in a hurry to get to class. That don't mean pee on a wall. There's a fucking urinal right there. There's a toilet right there. That's what those are there for. If I got to squat, you got to squat.
Well, that's the other thing.
Well, now I know.
Is
What?
they sent my son home the other day because he was so upset that they couldn't calm him down. Now he has emotional deficits, I guess is the best way to put it.
You have neurodivergent children, though. There's a big difference. I have a very neurotypical child.
They try to sit. They're like, "We need you to come pick him up." And even Mel said when I was telling the story, she said, "So now he knows how to come home." I said, "You're not even whistling Dixie when the school does not help you."
Right.
It's like, really? So they sent him home the other day. Was it yesterday?
No,
or the day
it was
before?
earlier this week. I want to say it was Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday, because he was sneezing and coughing and had a sore throat, and he kept falling asleep in class. So now, because of the COVID rules, he can't come to class for 10 days.
Hi, Muriel.
He's quarantined again.
Which is, we don't, on having him home, I don't mind having him home.
Right.
I just worry about, well, one, truancy.
He's missing a lot and truancy. Like, how are they going to pass him if they keep sending him home?
They're not. And I said, since the beginning, I've said, could we homeschool via teleconferencing, like we were before, but no. Now,
they gave us that option at the beginning of this year, and we only had, no, I'm sorry, it was the beginning of last year, whether we were going to do
virtual school an option?
Not with my kids, no.
Okay. I didn't know if they
I wish it was.
Something for them, yeah.
Yeah. I wish it was, but they don't have to offer that yet. They have to offer services in the school itself by law.
Yeah.
But they don't have to offer it via virtual yet. I think we're getting closer with that fight.
Come on, Vixie, start writing letters. We know how
I
you
have.
I gotta get a water. Hold on.
They hate me. The people with the Association of People with Disabilities are sick and tired of my letters.
Write more.
Yeah, they call me every year and let me know that all my kids are on the waiting list. My 18-year-old has been on the list since he was 3 for assistance. Don't forget to smash that like or dislike, whatever you want to do.
When I move, the kids will be back on virtual school because the area. See, and mine did better when they were doing the remote learning because he couldn't fuck around with his friends.
Mine did not. She could not stay on task.
Mine did because I made him because we sat
right
at the kitchen
mine,
table
so
every time he had class, so he didn't have nothing to fuck with but the kitchen table. Now, this is a kid that we get texts and emails from the teachers. Hey, by the way, he's missing this assignment. And I explained to him the other day, I was like, you should not have missing assignments. You're fucking it off. So you want to keep doing football? Do your shit.
Yeah.
There's no reason. I was like, you shouldn't have to. He said, well, I'm making it up. I don't care. It should have been done already. If you get a job, you think that they're going to be like, oh, well, you can fuck it off and do it later. No, that's not how the real world works. You need to get your shit done, do it right, turn it the fuck in, so you ain't got to worry about it later. And it's a struggle every motherfucking year with him like this because he just wants to fuck off. When
we were virtual, basically when we had the kids virtual school, they sat here next to me, and I was basically running the class via what was going on. So like I had the ABA therapist with my oldest, and we'd sit for an hour and do ABA. He would say what we were going to do, and I would do the physical interaction. And it really actually worked well. And somebody said, "Oh, you can't do ABA therapy virtually." I'm like, "Yes, you can. We did it for a year and it worked well.
Yeah.
We were actually getting somewhere." And I'm more of a stickler for things than the teachers are, because I know what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to get in trouble for pushing them harder, which they would. Because there were sometimes when the ABA therapist was like, "Well, that was impressive." I'm like, "We're doing this." Because he'd be like, "Okay, we're done." I'm like, No, we're not. We're going to do this. Give me 5 more minutes. We're not stopping yet. We're almost there. But I think I don't think my girl child did as well, though. I think she figured out how she could like play it. Like for reading and spelling and stuff, she figured out how she could play the game. And I was like,
that sounds about right.
Dang it, my little clone.
Well, Vixie, she is you, exactly.
She's like, "I really don't want to do this, so I'll just give you what you need, and that's it."
Yeah.
No above and beyond the Call of Duty in that one. So, but truancy is real down here in Florida.
Yeah.
They're like, "Okay, here you go. 60 days in jail or $600.
They're the same. Well, they're not. They're strict here too, and we've explained it because he's responsible for getting his own ass out of bed. He's 16 fucking years old. Get your ass out of bed.
Right.
If he's late, that's his own fault. I'm not calling the school to excuse him. And we've explained to him before, you don't get to take days off of school because it's like working.
Right.
And if you don't go to
days
school,
off Saturday and Sunday.
right. And you get breaks during the year.
Right.
And if you don't go to school, they're going to take your daddy to jail. And then we ain't got no money because your daddy ain't working. And then
School
we
was
fucking
not
homeless.
designed to educate children. It was designed to train them for the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, granted, they need to put real world application in schools, I believe.
Yeah.
We had real world applications in my school. I don't know what happened.
They didn't teach me how to do taxes, but I learned it. But they taught me stuff that I was going to need.
I learned how to open a bank account, set up a check. I learned how to hand write a check like you used to before you had
I did learn
checkbooks
that.
in like 5th grade.
We had a store at school, and we had to like write checks to get stuff.
Yeah,
we had to fill it out with routing numbers and everything. Like,
no, we're not doing all that.
We had to learn how to do
and they
all
taught
that.
us that kind of shit in school, but they don't teach that anymore because we don't really. I mean, yes, we have a checking account, but we have a debit card, and I have a real-time app for my bank. So anyway, they have classes here like welding and shop and things like that, and they also actually. Oh, that's awesome! Jelly Bean just told me her daughter won her first match.
That's so cool.
So they have a thing with Votech here where this year and next year they will actually transport him to Votech if we want him or if he decides he wants to go, and he can do classes over there.
In high school too,
and it counts towards not only Votech credits, but it also counts towards credits for the school. And I'm absolutely down for him to do that because he was really into welding last year and he's not taking it this year because of football. So, but like they also like instead of home ec, they call it culinary now, which they actually do a lot of cooking that we didn't do in home ec. So
they do. My daughter did
there's some real world application, but there's things that I believe that they need to understand, like how to we don't know how to balance a bank account anymore because technology. I can get on my app right now and I can tell you exactly how much is in my bank.
Right.
Where 10 years ago you couldn't do that.
Mm-mm.
But real world application definitely needs to be a part of the education system, especially if they're going to start whitewashing history again.
Yeah. When I was in my 20s, I balanced my checkbook every night.
Yeah.
Because I did not want to pay overdraft
fees.
Because
Right.
I was working check to check,
Yeah.
how
Right.
some of us you work
We're
check
still
to
very
check.
much we're still very much
So are
paycheck
we.
to paycheck. And we also understand that because of the account that he has, they'll let us bounce the account to a certain extent, but we also have to pay overdraft fees on every single bounce. But they just I remember before duplicate checks came out and you had to balance that shit out. You had to remember what check you wrote.
Oh, and you got the canceled checks from your bank? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd write something in my ledger that I couldn't read. Oh, I'd be so
Some
mad at
banks still
myself.
do that. They're just electronic and you go online to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then there was also in when starting in 7th grade, you had to buy your books. Now, I'm not saying it was like college where it was like $500 a book or anything like that. I think it was $25 the first year. It kept going up as you went through school, but you put the deposit down. You got your deposit back if your books came back in a good shape.
I'm in trouble, y'all.
Why?
Somebody bringing home donuts.
Oh, yeah. I want them. Honey.
Puppy! Vixie needs donuts.
I actually don't. I'm gonna need lunch though. I'm getting hungry. And then so we would do that and we prepared ourselves for class. Like we went a week or two before school started, we'd pick up our books, pay for the deposit in our books, get our schedules, because everyone had different schedules.
Right.
And figure out where our classes were. And you walk the halls to figure out where your classes were before the first day of school.
Right.
And then, as we got, you were
there with that
preparing yourself
electricity
with majors and minors. I was majoring in performing arts is what I majored in. So I was in band, I was in choir, I was in all drama, mythology courses, all this stuff. But you could major in all kinds of stuff. We had humanities, which is basically social sciences out the wazoo. We had, you could major in math. You could major in, you could major in anything. You had electives and you had prerequisites.
Yeah.
You had to do your prerequisites and then you had to have some.
They have that here. Like when he took welding, it was an elective.
Right.
But because he goes to such a small school, there's literally only 100 and some odd kids in this school. Okay.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Like his graduating class is going to be less than 20 people.
Wow.
Yeah. Like when I tell you small town America,
I cannot.
When I tell you I lived in small town America,
I've been going to school with my whole life that I didn't even know until my senior year.
Right. Right.
I didn't even know they existed. So,
like, you know how you have AV club in most big city schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a class here. That's not a club.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get a choice whether they're in band or not. You're either put in band or not, unless you do sports. If you do sports, then you're not in band. So he played baritone sax for a really long time, up until I think 8th grade, and that's when he decided he wanted to start playing sports. So the one year he didn't do sports, he had to do he was part of the sports culture in school because he had to go do all the live streaming and whatnot for AV for the school.
Mm-hmm.
But he just wasn't playing. Well, he got tired of that. And that's when he was like, hey, I want to do football this year. And I'm like, okay. Well, when next semester rolls around, he's already said that he wants to do, because they don't have all the sports at school. They just picked up bowling and golf. They have football, basketball. You can't play baseball till you're a junior, which is this year. They don't have wrestling. So like there's a lot of things that he's limited to. But I told him if he fucks off football this year, he's not playing any more sports this year. So no track, no nothing. because yes, I really am, like, I am strict on him, but it's because if I don't, he'll take advantage of it, and that's a whole other story. But he knows if he doesn't do sports, he's going to be forced to do something he does not want to do. So he's choosing to do sports so he doesn't have to do what he doesn't want to do.
Right.
I had to fight for him to get into welding because they had put him in a college level course as a sophomore for a science class. And I called the school. I was like, why did y'all just send me a $200 bill? And they said, oh, it's for this class that we signed him up for. I'm like, no,
No,
ma'am, no ham, no spam. That's not how we work around here. I said, you're going to put him in welding. Now, mind you, I have the superintendent of the school. No, I'm sorry. He was the junior high principal, and now he's the high school principal. I have him on speed dial. This is the man that I made cry the first time I met him. Okay. He knows not to fuck with me. So when homecoming came around, in order for the teenager's cousin to go with him to the dance, he had to take a COVID test. I was like, all right. So I called the school. I was like, so I need to know what we need to do in order for our kid's cousin to go with him. And they're like, okay, so we'll have somebody call you. And when the principal saw my name, he was like, I'm going to call Justin. Okay. Justin was 2 feet away. Justin was like, the school's calling me. I was like, give me that phone. He's like, all right. So I answered the phone and he was like, hi, Cherry. I was like, hi, how you doing? He's like, oh, I caught you in a good mood. I said, yeah, what's going on? He's like, okay, so in order, blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, cool. No big deal. I was like, just email me the paperwork so I can print it out. He's like, okay, so I do need your email address because we don't have it on file. I gave it to him, no big deal. So as soon as we got to the game, like he was waiting for me to come up because he knows, because I get shit done. So I walked up and he was like, are you still in a good mood, Cherry? I was like, you caught me on a good day. He was like, all right, here's the deal. And he took the kid after the game and they did the test and whatnot. But the school system up here knows, don't fuck with me. Because I will call the super motherfucking attendant. And he works at the goddamn school because it's a complex. We've got the elementary, junior high, and high school all in one complex. The elementary school is the biggest part of it. The junior high is literally a hallway, and the high school, I think, is like 3 hallways. But yeah, small town fucking America. It's ridiculous, but we do what we, And the only reason we have as many kids as we do right now is for the fact that when COVID hit, a lot of the parents from the elementary schools decided they were going to transfer their kids into our school district from Salina because Salina was such a big school district. Mm-hmm. And they thought, oh, we'll just transfer them out to Solomon because it's a smaller district. They were turning kids away because they couldn't handle the amount of children that we're trying to process in.
Yeah.
So, and let's put it this way, small town to the point where the school is about 3/4 of a mile away from the house. And we can hear when the football stadium, when they're announcing things at the football stadium, they have things like the homecoming parade and the prom parade in the local park. And when the lights on the football, the electricity keeps going out, by the way. It's been popping in and out. But when the lights on the stadium are on, the whole town lights up.
Yeah.
I had to separate kids into corners. They was fighting. Tell them I'll give them the elbow and the backhand if they don't quit. Oh, bring him over here.
Bring him here. Sit him down right here.
Let me see. I want to show everybody. Ooh. Y'all, he didn't get a dozen donuts.
I did.
Uh-oh.
No, that's more than a dozen, dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he said that's 14. Oh,
it's a baker's dozen plus 1.
I don't want that one. What's that one?
I don't know.
I don't want that. I want that. I don't want that one. I want that one.
I don't want that one.
I don't want that one. I don't know what's in it, but I'll eat that one.
That's when you cut it in half.
Yes, please.
No, that's when you take a bite and you go, ew, and hand it back.
No, then you got your germs on it.
Donut.
Hubby says to me the other day, you just want old fashions because y'all, if any of y'all know, I like old fashioned donuts. I like just a regular old cake donut, nothing on it, just a donut.
I don't like cake donuts. I like fried donuts. Morning pie.
Morning. And so I was like, you know what? I want an angel cream filled one, vanilla cream, the fluffy stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes there, and they're like, we're out of all. They were like out of everything. I'm like, is there like a donut shortage going on in my town or something?
Oh,
It
we
is
were talking
too
about
weird.
because Publix was out of donuts.
Yeah. But so he went to Dunkin'.
I went to Donut
And
Palette.
they didn't have any of the angel creams. They offered him Boston cream, which I can't have because it's custard and there's way too much egg in custard. I cannot do it. I do like it. I've taken a taste of it before and I'm like, damn.
Right.
I really like it, but I can't do it. So he got raspberry filled for me, and it was so sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. I like because they use like jelly, not jam.
Mm-hmm.
I like basically I like my jam to be crushed fruit,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and that's just about it. Just the crushed fruit.
No, they're
This is
not
why I
Dunkin'.
like the
They're from a
gelato.
local place in Abilene called Donut Palace.
Those are probably really good donuts.
Mm-hmm.
The mom and pop shop donuts are always
Yeah.
See, and where I grew up, we didn't have Dunkin'. We had Daylight Donuts.
We had Dawn donuts.
That was the only reason I would ever go with my ex to baby daddy to his hometown was because of the donut shop they have there. I'm like, he's like, I'm going, and it's like 3 hours away. He's like, I'm going. I'm like, all right, I'll go.
There's a place that comes up from
We get donuts, right?
there's a place that comes up from Wichita every so often, and it's so funny because people get the biggest kick out of their name. They're called Hertz Donuts.
Hertz
Yeah.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Hertz Donuts. He came all like barreling in Hertz Donuts.
Hertz donuts.
He even
Look,
after
that's
we were
the way
broken
that
up, he would
is.
still bring me back donuts if he would go. He's like, I got donuts. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you for 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
You're not wrong, Black.
We have a lot of mom and pop. In fact, I was looking at we have Diner Dash or something. I don't know what it's called. And Bite Squad
Oh,
that
DoorDash.
deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of local places on it, and it's one of the reasons I like doing it. But now they have Krispy Kreme on there, and I'm like,
They
Hubby
put crack
likes
in their donuts.
I'm not huge on Krispy Kreme. I'll eat like one.
I
But
wouldn't
then
even eat.
they're
I've
so
eaten them a
sweet.
couple of times, and I'm still not a big fan of them.
But
They're
I
really
understand
good,
why people like
especially when
them.
they're fresh.
My favorite is
they
donut.
kind of melt in your mouth. It's
I don't. It's kind of like Starbucks. I don't understand or appreciate the.
Not a Starbucks fan.
Yeah.
But
No,
they
don't get me
also
wrong.
don't
I'm
have
down
very
for a
many
good
sugar-free
frappuccino
options.
about once every 6 months. Okay. But my favorite donut in the entire world, and I'm mad because most Dunkin' don't carry them anymore. It's the fried donut, and it's got strawberry glaze on it, and it's got sprinkles on it. It's my favoriteest ever, and they're hard to find.
Hubby gets those like every time for him and the kid. I don't like it.
I think it's just a regional thing because people don't get them here.
Oh, I'm sure we must have a lot of people get them because that's the one that hubby can always get. And I'm like, because they give it to us in a one of those, just give us a dozen, you choose kind of thing. And they got those, and they were sitting right next to my old fashions, and they got.
Oh no, they touched. Aw.
Heck, it was Aki.
That
Places
donuts
they
are
have-
bun cakes.
Two local, yeah, that's what I was just about to read. Is that the older one doesn't? They seem to forget that donuts aren't bunk cakes.
I love bun cakes. I had the coolest little bun cake fan, and I could not make it work to save my freaking life. Stuff kept sticking in it.
Well, that's just bullshit. It's just a butterscotch roll.
That
I don't understand. It's just donut.
It's just donut. There's no cream filling.
Oh, I'd probably like that.
I need the cream filling. Rude.
I need the cream filling.
Yeah, I'm leaving that one alone.
Yeah, donuts don't need to be like 5 inches thick.
Oh,
No.
and I couldn't figure out what the whole cronut thing was. So years later, I got one at
croissant donut.
Dunkin'. Well, I know, but everyone was blah, blah. They are actually really good.
What are they?
It's a croissant donut. And if you get them there are quite a few different places that have them. But if you get it at Dunkin', it comes in its own little box because they're very squishable. And so that's kind of cute. First of all, it's got this own little box. They're a little pricey. It's probably why I didn't try them right away because they're a little pricey.
Well, they're trendy.
But I like croissants, and I really like glazed croissants, which is a thing that delis used to do. They would, when they did their fresh croissants in the morning, they would glaze half of them and sell them like donuts. I love glazed croissants. It's like it is because it's savory and sweet at the same time, and it's not overly either one. I love them. Publix used to make them. Publix. Since you have been having such a hard time making donuts lately, you could bring back the glazed croissants. Assholes. I would eat the Boston cream ones if they didn't make me stop breathing.
I will eat donuts until I make myself sick. That's
you
problem.
wouldn't done well. When I was growing up, we had a church that we go to every week, and in the basement there was a kitchen, and on the kitchen counter there was always donuts, and I mean like dozens and dozens. Like everyone brought a dozen donuts, and the kids would just dive in. Everyone would dive in because there were so many. Nobody could say no and didn't. And they have this big pot of coffee, and it was the best coffee ever. I think the pastor blessed the coffee. Because that was some good freaking coffee.
You're addicted to Quick Trip cinnamon buns?
9. Say that again?
Heather said she's addicted to Quick Trip cinnamon buns.
I don't know who Quick Trip is.
It's a
I
gas.
like cinnamon buns. Okay.
We don't have them here.
No.
Oh.
We got Wawa's a couple of years
Finally.
ago. That was so funny.
Yeah.
When I was in Pennsylvania, they were like, we're going to the Wawa. And I looked at them.
Yeah, you either had Wawa or there was another place that they have.
What? Wawa. Sounded like you're a little kid. Wawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we pulled up and I looked at it. I'm like, holy shit, it really is Wawa. I thought it was.
I heard it.
You know how some people call Walmart Wally World? I thought maybe it was something like that.
That's Hellmart.
I heard about
Yeah,
Wawa one time in a movie like years ago, and I'm like, but is that like made up for this movie?
No,
Yeah,
it's a real
it
thing.
doesn't sound
Because we didn't have it here until like 5 years ago, something like that.
At the earliest, I think they started coming down. You got them before I did. I know that.
I don't know. I think Orlando got one first.
Oh, maybe.
I think
Orlando
got
has like
first.
one on every corner now.
Yeah.
They came in and took over, which I don't mind. I really like their soda fountain sodas are good, which I'm like a connoisseur of soda fountain sodas. Either they're good or they're not, and theirs are always right because people change the setting on. If you get soda fountains, those people who put this stuff in for you know what they're doing. It's their profession. Leave it alone.
Right.
You're not saving
Wawa
money because
has
people won't buy it.
sugar-free caramel syrup.
Yeah.
So I like to get their iced. It's actually frozen, blended, but it still has cream in it, so there's still sugar, but it's sugar-free caramel syrup.
Yeah. There you go. Squishy soft.
No.
And those are the best. They're way better than Dunkin'. Dunkin' always fucks up my shit. I don't go to Dunkin' anymore.
I don't get the frozen coffees at Dunkin' anymore. I'll still do the hot coffee, but they mess up my frozen coffee every time.
I didn't
Hubby said, like,
my
Dunkin',
iced
do you want frozen coffee? And I'm like, nope. I like my home coffee better.
Like, I never know if I'm going to get too much Splenda, not enough Splenda. They never do it right.
And Splenda should not be a problem because you can ask for packages because they come in little packs.
Yeah, but when you ask for 20 packages,
I don't care. They should put exactly 20 in there then. I used to run Coffeehouse. Wawa is amazing.
They don't ever do it right. And I thought it was
hungry
remember
now.
a while back I said I thought it was because I was ordering on the app and they were mad that I was ordering on the app. No, that wasn't it. They just suck.
Yeah. And it does have to do with a lot of times it does have to do with the staff. Like when I first started drinking the culottes because that's what they were first called when they came out, was a culotta. I always got a mocha culotta, which was coffee and chocolate. And there was this little old lady who probably worked at Dunkin' Donuts since the dawn of time. She would make the perfect culotta. I'd go other places and they weren't quite right. So I'd go to her and she would make them just perfect. And then she stopped working. She either, retired or died. I don't know which. And she's just no longer there. That's all I know. Yeah. And some kid took her place and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, there's one guy at Dunkin' that actually makes my drink right, but there's so many people that work there. There's no guarantee I'll get him.
Dunkin', sponsor us and we'll tell you what you need to do.
Yeah. Dunkin'!
Because I like your product. The problem is
my papa was one of those old men who used to sit at Dunkin' every morning and bullshit with his friends. I have an emotional connection to Dunkin' and they fucking it up.
But I still like their hot coffee. Like I was saying, Dawn Donuts was what we had until Dunkin' came in and took over, and then it became Dunkin' Donuts. But they didn't change the sign to no, I shouldn't say the sign, the logo, because it was this guy. He looked like he was a milkman from the neck down, but he had a donut for a head and a face, holding a tray of donuts with a little cap. Like soda jerk cap on.
And Wawa is like a super convenience store.
Oh, update with Jelly Bean, guys. She won again.
Yay.
Kind of like Cumberland Farms, only better. Yeah,
so since they won the first two, they don't have to play a third. So they won for today and are so far undefeated.
Yay.
Yay. Hi, Brett.
Oh, Wasabi, what the fuck are you...
So anyways, after they came in and they changed it to Dunkin' Donuts and it was so good. And that's when Dunkin' Donuts actually made their donuts on site. And they were really good. I don't like it that since they stopped making them on site, they're not as good.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of my problems with Dunkin'. You guys need to go back to doing them on site.
You're not going to find a company that does a lot of stuff on site anymore, especially major companies, because it's cheaper for them to have everything shipped in. Which
it's also more consistent.
Yeah.
But the quality has gone down so much.
Yeah.
So much with the donuts. And your hash browns are terrible if they're not done right. So you need to train up those people.
I hate Dunkin's hash browns. I don't like their egg sandwich. I don't like anything.
I don't like their
the donuts are okay,
sandwiches.
but I don't like their breakfast food at all.
No.
I like their coffee.
It's hella greasy.
The eggs are bland. The stuff is weird. I don't know. I just don't like it at all.
The textures are off. The only thing that I've had there that I've liked is I've gotten a raisin bagel with cheese and sausage on it. That was good. But I don't think that's on the menu. That was something my mom just ordered.
They have the snack and bacon, and mine now only carries the maple. I don't want maple. I just want regular bacon.
I gotta pick bacon up today. Bacon? It's on my list.
Just bacon.
Oh.
She wants just regular smoked bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon.
McDonald's is Tim Hortons
bacon wrapped donuts. What?
But it's a 30-minute drive.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of... Oh, I actually, no, I'm a liar. I am a big fan of Timmy's. And they actually have some in the United States. You just have to find them, and they're all up in the Northern Territory.
I was just going to say that they're all along the Canadian border.
Yeah.
But
because Timmy's is
McDonald's has come to the point where I like their coffee. Come to find out, it's because they changed to Timmy's.
Yeah, they changed to Timmy's a couple of years ago. You can actually get Timmy K-Cups, but I won't do it because of the preservatives that are in K-Cups.
I keep forgetting about Bojangles. I've never tried it.
Oh, dude, I've had Bojangles, and let me tell you, for somebody who's a fried chicken freak, Bojangles is my shit.
We have them here. I just haven't ever been.
They have this.
I'm really leery about chicken.
It comes with a gallon of tea
because let me tell you, first of all, Popeyes does not use
just don't do
control.
They just don't do it for me.
I couldn't figure out. I thought it was something in their spice mix because I could eat their shrimp and I was fine, but whenever I ate their chicken, I'd get really sick.
Uh-huh.
Well, they don't pressure cook and they don't use a temperature gauge. So I think I was getting undercooked chicken.
Yeah, it is. Their sweet
is that
tea
even
is
legal?
Fantastic.
I don't
Do
know.
what?
I called OSHA, but because
I don't think that's legal.
Yeah,
Well, they
Bojangles
have-
is
that's-
shit, y'all. They're biscuits, though. They're biscuits. You got to drink the tea because the biscuits.
Their tea is good. When we do
My dad buys gallons.
when we
of
have
tea.
to evacuate for
Comes in a
hurricanes,
little bag.
we always stop and get two gallons of iced tea from there through the drive-through to drink because we don't
Sonny's.
drink soda.
Sonny's sweet tea.
Sunny's is
really
the
good.
best. I love Sunny's everything.
I don't know what the fuck
It's
that
getting
is.
more and more expensive.
It's a barbecue.
The only thing
place.
I'm mad is they
Oh.
don't do is the only thing. No, they still do it. That was the other place that stopped doing it. Yeah, they're the only ones who do sliced pork anymore. I like sliced better than shredded.
I
So
like shredded.
I like shredded.
I don't. It's a texture thing. I think.
Yeah.
If I use way too much barbecue sauce on the shredded.
No,
I wanna-
no. You got it. If it don't float, it ain't right.
I don't need all that sugar.
It's okay. It'll be okay.
It's okay. It'll be okay. Just eat next piece of Texas toast.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll even out.
It's funny because I forget that I live in Kansas, y'all. Barbecue is a huge thing. It's like Memphis and KC barbecue. There's a big fight between the two of them. I've had Memphis barbecue. I've had KC barbecue. And I'm down for KC barbecue more than I am Memphis barbecue.
I like
But-
mine the best. But
Yeah, that's the thing is I got a dude who's got a smoker. Let me tell you, that smoker gets put to use.
Yeah.
But back
I
home,
still cook my sugar.
we did barbecue a little bit different because we were so close to the border. And not only that, but we didn't use stuff like Texas toast because we had tortillas. So
We have a Bill Mills
sweet tea
in
with
South
lemon.
Texas.
I'm
I
not a
love
big fan
it.
of sweet tea with lemon. Just give me straight sweet tea. Just-
No, I don't
just
want
put-
citrus in my tea.
If I have lemon,
give
I
me
don't want it
sugar.
to be sweet. How weird is that?
I
I
just
like
need
it,
to tap my vein.
but
That's
no,
all.
it's sweet.
North Carolina
See
barbecue.
what I do? I never made my own ribs before, and then we had an Albertsons where I got 1 pack of ribs,
Oh, I
and then
love
I get 2
Albertsons.
packs for free.
Yeah,
You know,
I love
that's a
Albertsons.
lot
We
of
don't
meat.
have one here. It kicks my ass.
I used to be able to get like $400 worth of meat
Used
for
to.
the freezer
What the
for
fuck
like
happened?
$100.
You know,
So I would.
Yeah.
I figured out
Or is that
I
big
would
building this way
rub
from
the
it?
ribs
It's like a
with
thrift
this
store?
rub that I made up,
Mhm.
put them in the
Oh.
oven at like 200 degrees, and slow cook them, and then take them out to the barbecue, and put my homemade barbecue sauce on them, and just sear that in.
Oh,
Boy, that stuff is napalm when it catches on fire. Oh hell, that
Do we need to
hurts.
get more of that shit? Okay.
But those are the best ribs I've ever had, and I had never made them before. I'm like, and somebody asked me, how do you do that? And I'm like, I slow cook them first because I like the meat to fall off the bone. I like it just to fall off. Bill Miller's. Oh, Bill Miller. I still don't know what that is.
It's a South
I
Texas thing.
I tried. It didn't work. I don't know what that is. I have not been west of the Mississippi very often. I think twice, and I don't
Y'all need
remember
to come
it all.
out here. I'm
Texas
telling
once.
you. It's a big old world over here.
I really want to go to New Orleans, but I don't want to go there during any of the upper
I wouldn't go to
seasons.
Nolans.
I just want to go.
I would
walk
not
around.
go to Nolans during tourist season to save my damn life. I'll go
No,
off
I don't
season.
want to go during
Places.
tourist season. I want to go on
Been
off season.
places.
I've been
Louisiana
places.
is one of the
been a
states
lot
I've never been
places.
to, and I want to go, but everybody
I've been to
tells me it's like a
Louisiana.
trap.
All right, Cher, you and me, we'll go find Poppy.
Yeah,
I know where she lives.
we'll go find her.
I bet. No, we'll
We'll just go knock on her door.
No.
Come and knock on my
We
door.
will stand outside on the other side of the street and yell, "We love you," because she has a gun.
I have guns too.
Yeah, but she's nuts, like really nuts.
Look, if she got a security
Nuts.
system, I'll carry a sign with me that says, "I'm coming to knock on your door. Don't shoot me. I love you."
There you go. That's probably what we love you. We go see you. She tried to
come in
shoot
peace.
Anne Rice once.
We just want to interview you.
Her and Anne Rice are like mortal enemies.
Good. Anne Rice needs a mortal enemy.
She is. She's. If y'all want to read good vampire novel, check out Lost Souls by Poppy Z. Bright.
I need to.
It's one of my favorites.
I got
I would
9
send
books
you
in my
mine, but I only
vampire
got one
series I'm
copy now.
behind on right now.
And if anybody wants to buy me a very expensive gift, they're Sowing the Seeds to Lost Souls, which was a very limited print. And I think you can only buy copies in England anymore. And they're hundreds of dollars. But if somebody, I really want to read it. Even
Hundreds
if you
of dollars
want it
or
back,
hundreds of pounds?
I just want
What's
to
the
read
conversion
it.
rate?
A lot.
A lot? Well, shit. The American dollar
The
ain't
pound,
worth nothing
the
anymore
pound is
anyway.
worth a
No.
lot more than the dollar right now.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Our money's shit.
That's
Yeah,
because
we're starting
somebody
to be
else owns our
peso bill
money.
over here.
But we ain't gonna talk about that. That's political
Yeah.
shit we don't want to get into.
We don't want to get into that.
Y'all,
It's
I got
almost
an
time to
hour to
get
get to
off
the
here
post office
anyway.
before they
All right.
close.
It's about lunchtime.
Yeah. Y'all go
Thank
eat
you all
lunch.
for
I just had
coming.
donuts.
I was just
I gotta
gonna
go
say,
ship out some packages.
Cherry needs real food.
Cherry
Nah,
can't go
I
buy
didn't
it.
get-
She just had dessert.
I'm all fucked up. Like, I'm gonna gain 4 pounds this weekend and bitch on Tuesday or bitch on Wednesday.
It'll melt off.
I do that
I
sometimes
hope
when I'm waiting for my dinner to cook. I'll get out my keto ice cream and eat a couple bites. My dad's like, "Why are you eating dessert first?" I'm like,
Because I'm an
I'm an
adult and I can
adult
do
and I
whatever the
can.
fuck I want.
Exactly.
That's what I'd be like, because I'm an adult and
'Cause
I
I can.
Oh, real quick. I got these little key lime pies from Marie Callender's.
Oh, Marie Callender's is my shit. Her pot pies are amazing.
They're little key lime ones, and they're perfect size.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I went into one and I took a bite and was like, that
ain't right.
taste right. I said, honey, this doesn't taste right. He goes, what does it taste like? I said, is this key lime? He goes, I think so. Comes out, he goes, it's banana. And I'm like, here you go.
I don't want that.
That's not what I wanted. It didn't even taste like it because it was not what I was expecting at all. I was like,
right. So it confuses you. Yeah.
ugh. But I did eat. They had slivered almonds on top, and I did.
So you
eat
ate the
all of them.
almonds. That's me. I'll
No.
pick the shit off that I want, and I won't eat the rest of the shit I don't like. But I'm
Okay,
adult.
we're
I
making
think
cherry
that-
late. We're making
Basically,
cherry
we
late.
act.
No, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
I usually get there at like 11:45 anyway. They're used to it, and I
Okay.
got to stop at I have to stop at my post office
Oh,
to
that's
pick up
right.
Kira's
She's an hour
package.
behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I got the key lime one, and it was freaking awesome. I want to buy more now. All right, we love you. We'll see you tonight. We have Bottom Bones tonight for Creators Corner.
Creators Corner. I will be here.
At 9 o'clock. No, at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so 7 Central, 6 Mountain,
Don't
5
ask
Pacific
me
time.
why I cannot get times right lately. It's gonna drive me insane too.
Look. Here's how
So
I know
do
what time
what
the shows are, because I have alarms on my phone that tells me
Right.
you got 15
Yeah.
minutes before you got to be on.
Hit the bell.
Yeah. No.
Hit the bell.
My notifications don't go off because I keep my phone on vibrate all the time now because of the shows. But
She's turning to me. Don't call me. Why? Because I'll never hear it go off.
no,
Text
no,
me.
I won't. Right. But yeah, no. Okay. We'll see you guys tonight.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It's by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.